Everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and welcome to part 2 of my Thanksgiving monstrosity. And I hope that this works out well for all of us. So I've got a chocolate bar, which is like a red tone brown, and I'm going to do my base coat in this. And then we're going to work from there on everything else. La 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 la. I'll tell you what, after doing the Trask, I don't know. That was like the one that I always worried about. And after doing it, I've been like super like, oh, I did it. I'm done. And now I just feel like everything's going to be easy. I hope. I need a little bit of water for this tail part because it's hard to get in here. There we go. That'll get in there a lot easier. I didn't black bomb this tail good enough either. I see that now. That's all right. I had an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope everybody else did too. For those of you that aren't in the United States or don't celebrate Thanksgiving, you should seriously consider celebrating it as a holiday because it is spectacular. You get to eat a bunch of food, and people are proud of you for eating all your food. And as a kind of a fatter, I don't know, I'm super fat, but I'm kind of chunky. As a chunky guy, I like to not eat all year long like a cow. And so on Thanksgiving, I get to. And nobody's judging. Nobody's saying, oh, fatty's eating too much, you know. It's like, oh, yes, eat more turkey, please. My Uncle TJ and Aunt Amy made amazing turkey. They made a smoked turkey and a roasted turkey. I will be honest, I tried the roasted turkey, but I spent the majority of my time focusing on the smoked one. It was phenomenal. I've had fried turkey. It's okay. It's not, I don't know, it's not the same as smoked turkey. And even though I am currently in the process of roasting a turkey myself, because you don't want to take away from how amazing their turkeys are, you don't make smoked turkey throughout the rest of the year so that when you go there you can really enjoy it. And I am the kind of person that would eat a giant 12-pound turkey, 13-pound turkey a week. I am that guy. All right. I think that's going to be good enough for now. I'm going to put that brush away. And we're going to get the hot air gun. And there's going to be some dark showing through and stuff, and that's okay. That's mostly dry. We're going to get a soft brush now. Makeup brush from the Dollar Tree will do the job for this part. We're going to get a slice of cardboard. Where's all my cardboard? Oh. We're going to get a slice of cardboard and a medium brown. And with my medium brown, I'm going to mix a little bit of chestnut, which is like a brown with some orange to it. So I just want to get a dip of the dark and then more of the reddish. There we go. I don't know if this brush is quite soft enough for what I want to do. Let me get something a little softer. Yeah, that'll do it. This is kind of big, so it might be hard to get in some of the cracks and stuff I want to hit, but let's see if we can't get some. No, it's not enough paint. There we go. And then I'm going to get just the only the chestnut lighter. I'm going to kind of do the same thing. Oh, that's way more than I wanted. I'm going to set this off to the side and hit this with the air gun first. If you're not familiar with this, this is the +2 hot air gun of burning. It is a magic item from the time before. Unfortunately, it is at the end of its life soon. It is running out of charges. All right, and we're done with that brush for now. Now we're gonna lighten up his tummy. And the reference art that I printed for my my AI generated one here, he has like a really light, chickeny looking kind of chest. So I'm gonna get a color here that's gonna be kind of mid. This is called light mocha. And before I do that, I'm gonna dry him off real good with hot air. There's a couple things I want to do with this. Okay, so I want to catch the top parts of these feathers. Start to lighten those up. Okay, I want to do the outer part of these wings. Okay, and then I want to do this chest. Pretty good. Need a little more. Lighten that up. All right. I'm going to get a lot of that off. I'm just going to touch some of these other spots just to get some variation. Lighten it up a little bit, but not too much. Okay, and I'm going to use the rest of the paint I have on the back wing, the back feathers. Now we're going to lighten those up a little bit more. This color is called Antique White, and we want to be sparing with this. Don't clean out your brush. Just get a little bit of that. Okay, cool. Let's touch this around here. All right, let's get a regular brush and some blue. Get a couple blues and see which ones you like. And I'm going to do the same thing. So this first color I have is called Award Blue. I'm getting a small brush. moistening the tip. And I'm going to pick out some spots here, like a row of feathers. I'm going to make those blue. Okay, and then I'm going to do the turkey's face. I'm going to paint the whole front of it up to his nose blue. But let me look at my picture. But his nose is going to stay red. So we're just going to do up to the front of the face. And then we're going to leave this back part here brown. Okay, I'm going to put that blue away and get a different blue. I'm going to get different blue, and this is lighter blue, and I'm just going to do the outward part of all those feathers. I'm not sure if I think my blood pressure might be a little low. I can never remember. And then I'm going to do just the sides where the eyes are. And that lighter blue too. I'm going to also do this little bit of cleanup work I need to do right there with it. Okay. Something like that. Now I'm going to get red. So for my red, I'm getting a darker red. This is called flamenco. I'm going to use the same brush. My brush is damp. I'm going to do his neck, his mouth, and his little hanging down gobbler beard thing. And then the chicken has some red on its face, so I'm going to do the chicken face. Actually, I don't know what a chicken looks like off the top of my head, which is funny because I've been around chickens my whole life and I can't think of what one looks like. Oh, I don't even have like their little, they have a little like mohawk thing too. I don't know why I can't think of what the chicken looks like, but that's what I'm doing with mine. All right, so for the duck, I'm going to they're all getting white. So I'm going to get my white back out and finish the chicken head. But I'm going to do something on the duck too. I'm going to do a line around the duck's neck. And I'm going to try to do it where this glue mark, right where the glue kind of sits. I'm using off-white. Okay. Let's do this chicken's head. I gotta hit him with the hot air because all that red's so wet. All right, so we're gonna do the chicken's head. In this off-white. Let's make their necks kind of colored halfway down the necks. Not with the turkey though, I went all the way down with that one. And we don't want this to be smooth. We want it to be jagged at the end, okay? And uneven. Perfect. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to let that dry. Oh, wait, hold on. I got a whole spot up here where it didn't get the paint in there well. All right, we'll dry that up. All right, for the duck head, getting a dark green. We're going to start right in front of that white stripe. Color his head in dark green. Leaving a little gap between the white and the green, and going all the way up to the bill. All right. I'm gonna get a dark brown. And I'm going to take the rest of his halfway of the neck down with some dark brown. And what I'm doing here, and you can copy me, obviously. The damp brush, I'm just making jagged lines. Now let's dry him off and get working on the next part. So I'm getting a lighter green and a crappy brush that I can sort of do some half-ass dry brushing with, and I'm just going to lighten up his head a little bit. Okay. For the white, make sure your brush is good and clean. And get a white, actual white color, not some, unwhite color. I used off-white for this base coat, so now I'm going to come here with regular white. And I'm going to paint some lines on here to simulate feathers. Let me get a better white. That's real cheap white from craft paint. For this, you might want real white. There we go. This should coat better. Yep. Noticeably better. Cool. See what we can do with oranges. So we're going to get a dark orange and a light orange and do beaks. So for the dark orange, I'm using dry rust. You don't have to use a craft paint or a miniature paint for this. You could easily use a craft paint for this, but since I didn't have to turn around as far, I used this. But again, you could easily use craft paint for this. I don't care how perfect this is. Hot air gun it. Oh, wait. If you still have your brown handy and a little bit of that orange, get a bigger brush. Get that orange and some of that brownish orange. A little bit of that white. Make something hideous. Like that. And kind of touch the fronts of those legs. The tops of those feet. Sides a little bit. Something like that. You don't have to do a phenomenal job. You're not looking for max coverage. Just lighten those up before we get to this next part. Then get your cardboard out and get your light orange. You don't need to clean your brush up, probably. I don't think. something like that. Now, we have a couple little things left. If you have any kind of good obnoxious pink for this part, grab that. We're going to do this turkey neck and gobbler situation. So I have a plastic bristle brush that's going to do nicely for this. My dad's going to see this and say, "Don't you know what a turkey looks like?" That's not how my dad exactly talks. That was not a good impression of my father. You ain't never seen them birds before. All right, so we're pretty much done at this point. If you want to be done, I got to work on my base yet, and there are some things I don't like, and we need eyes. So for my eyes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a very small brush. This size 1 will do nicely, I suppose. Let me get some black paint. Oh, that's way more than I needed. And for the duck's eyes, I'm just going to do a black dot. Now for the chicken eyes, I did a white dot. I'm just going to touch half of that with black. And the turkey's going to get black dot. Okay. And I think I was going to come back and hit those with a red, but I think I'm not going to now that I'm looking at it better. And I got to do my base. You don't have to sit and watch me do my base, but you can if you want. I'm going to keep going. So if you're not going to keep watching, I'd just like you to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, comment, stuff like that. Come to the website, maybe buy some miniatures. Come to Discord, hang out with us. Show us what you're working on. Show us what miniatures you're painting, crafting, doing whatever. Show us what you're crocheting or what you're carpentrying or forging. Just whatever you're making. Because even though I make D&D stuff on this channel, I am interested in all sorts of different things. I love to see how creative people are. And what's the worst is, like, a lot of the people that are super creative have no idea they're creative because there's not like a famous or standard art form they're doing. You know, like there's a dude that I know that welds like bolts and nuts and stuff together to make like little silly people. And he just makes them as like gifts for his friends and stuff. And then I went to an art gallery literally in Pittsburgh and saw like someone was doing it as their art professionally. And I was like mind blown. My dude is a super artist. He is way better than these ones. Now, obviously, if you're painting Warhammer, you're not an artist, you're a millionaire. But for the rest of us, no, I'm joking about the Warhammer thing. I can't afford no Warhammers. Well, that's a lie, but I'd rather spend my money on things that I'm more interested in because I don't play Warhammer. I mean, I could afford, like, if they had like a budget army of like the people that clean up after the fight, I could afford that army. Sorry. My favorite color in the entire world, pavement. Hitting the rocks with that. I'm going to dry it up. Oh, there's something else I wanted to do on the feathers. I forgot all about it. We're going to do that real quick. So with a damp brush and your black paint, get your black paint, get it wet, your brush wet, like that. And then hit all the tips of these rear feathers. And I think that'll look good. Okay. I don't know how good that looks, but I like it. Hot air gun. We'll dry this base up and then we'll do a little bit more with that and we'll be done. So you could do some variation on the dirt. Since I didn't give very good coverage, I don't want to do that for mine. But I am going to get this elephant gray and a crappy brush. I'm going to hit these rocks with a little bit of that crappy brush. Then I'm going to get a toothpick and some clear glue. Somebody told me they were having problems with the clear glue, not drying clear. You're going too thick. Spread it out more, thin it out more, and make sure you clear coat, because the clear coat will take away any sheen that it has that sticks through. So if you're having problems, if any of the stuff I'm doing, if like when you go to do it, you have a problem, message me on Discord. Or say something to me, email me, whatever. Don't just, go, oh, well, it didn't work for me. Talk to me. Let's figure out why it didn't work, There might be a reason, or maybe it's, temperature, elevation, climate, moisture. The product you're using is maybe a different brand or whatever it may be. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out what's wrong. Let's not just let your stuff, you be unhappy with your stuff when you're trying to work along with me here. Talk to me. We can problem solve it. Trust me, we're smarter than when we look. You and I we can do amazing things together. I promise. No, Sweeney, we're not starting the used condom foundation. Gross weirdo. All right. And there it is, the terrible turducken, or whatever it is. I don't know what the turkey goose monster. That was actually just going to be a turkey monster if you look at my original art. But once I pulled out all the parts, I knew it wasn't going to be anymore. This was my original concept. So. But that's why this picture of a turkey head I wanted to use, but we didn't do that either. So there it is. Thanks for watching, everybody. Spending your Black Friday with me. I appreciate it so much. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, all that stuff, like I said earlier, before I let the other people leave that want to leave early. And we'll see you next time. Back in the monster menu on Tendrilicus or Tendrilis or whatever his name is. And let's see how that turns out. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone for watching.